When the hand goes up, that means stand by. We are live right now, okay? Yakira's in the building, C.O.R.E for sure. Chirac, Chapter 1, Butt Crew, and it goes on and it don't stop. First of all, I want to take the time to let you all know that C.O.R.E Music Foundation is an offspring of C.O.R.E. C.O.R.E started out back in the 90s, like around 94. There were a lot of artists in the shot getting signed around that time, but there were like janky deals and people were not getting really what they should have been getting. So I've seen it personally with some of the people that I've come up with. So I'm like, okay, well, how can we offset this negativity with these contracts and people not getting paid and people just getting pimped? So I started an organization called C.O.R.E, and within that organization we taught artists about the business of the music, getting paid, getting publishing, getting copyrights, trademarking your name and your logo and so on and so forth. So that's how the organization started. Eventually we got sponsored by Columbia, so we were like the first organization at Columbia on paper to be sponsored by Columbia. We came up with a lot of different projects. I'll say I came up with a lot of projects and I had help, okay? The first ever Sprite mixtape, that's me, okay? Yes sir, yes indeed. Not only was it a movement to catapult Chicago hip-hop, in addition to that, it was actually a educational vehicle that was taught at Columbia on record label production. It was incorporated into the curriculum. In addition to that, we had about 3 or 4 different albums that came perpetually. Even right now, if you watch different award shows, you see the cypher and all of that. It was me and my big mouth talking about hip hop, and Sprite picked it up because it was a vehicle. And here we are now. I really didn't get no money off of that. Okay, that's a whole nother story. But like I said, learning the game, getting the contracts and things in order, that eliminated all of that problem. So now I'm 100% right. I get all my paper with everything that I do. So moving along, eventually we had C.O.R.E Music Foundation. In 2005, I came up with a nonprofit organization, C.O.R.E Music Foundation, and with that, not only do we do music, creative writing, and outreach to children and adult musicians, but we also do community service stuff like feeding the homeless and working with people that have emotional stuff going on, because a lot of times it's like a lot of deaths. You know, it's a lot of trauma, exactly. Yeah. And the way that I came through my trauma was through the arts. So when there were situations where kids were getting killed, I had them like dance that shit off. You know, let's rhyme about it. You know, and then we even got structured forums where we would sit down and write and record. You know, I've had programming, or I'll say we've had programming at Columbus Park for 3 years straight at the Park District, and all of our programming year to date has been 100% free. Yeah. I've raised over $250,000 to get programming, and all that money went back into programming in the hood and doing good. So that's me, that's cool.